Hello students, a very warm welcome to this gravitation concepts and problem session, and today we are going to deal with one of the most important topics of your gravitation. And so far I told you this gravitation chapter is one of the easiest chapter that you could ever come across in terms of your JEE preparation, and be it in terms of the concepts that you are going through. The very simple concepts you start with, just conservation of energy principles like conservation of momentum principles, basic things around it, and how do you find out gravitation potential and gravitation field for different objects of different shapes and different kind of objects. So far we have learned up until now we have learned about this, and now today we are going to get into something even more interesting. Just like what we have been doing with escape velocity, we are going to deal with satellite motions. So this is also as important as escape velocity. If you ever notice the paper, it's probably from one of these two topics and maybe from your Kepler law. Okay, and once you understand this really well, there not be any problem. And of course, the other different kind of problems also exist. Like how to find a field for a uniformly distributed rod, etc. Mass with uniform or non-uniform mass distributions that have been already covered. We'll take a few more in the upcoming DPP sessions or PYQ sessions on gravitation. But as such, this is also one of the most important topics. So let's get into this lecture. It's going to be super interesting, super practical, as you have seen, with a lot of visualizations. That way, you are also learning throughout this process. And anyway, it's a very simple concept. So stay tuned, you'll understand it very easily. And do not forget to like and share this video. Definitely do share it with your friends on social media. Also ask 2021 aspirants to watch this video. I know it's a class 10 or class 11 video right now for you, but 2021 aspirants, this is quite an important topic for you. I've told you since the last 3 lectures, this should be something that you should be revising at the moment. So do share it on your social media with your friends, and also have your friends on this video. That way it becomes really interesting. And do definitely watch the videos with your friends if you're watching some recorded video, etc. So let's get into this lecture, and before that, let me introduce myself to you. I am Muralidharan Krishnan. I completed my MS in Electrical Engineering from one of the top-ranking American university. I am also an IITian who completed BTech from IIT Guwahati. I have 4+ years of experience preparing students for IIT JEE and other competitive exams, and I have filed 25 patent applications on state-of-the-art technology in India and abroad, and I have a track record of winning several national level science and tech competitions. And students, if you are looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains or for your JEE Advanced preparation, we have the best thing for you. That is going to be Unacademy subscription. And what do we have for you on Unacademy subscription? The best educators across the nation. Yes, we have aggregated all the best educators, and you can attend daily live interactive classes with these best educators on a very interactive and attractive platform with polls and leaderboards. And of course, let me tell you students, we also have authors like DC Pandey, DC Gupta sir on this platform, and it's going to be a super interesting thing for you because we are taking it on a very interesting platform. Like your learning becomes really interesting and fun, which is quite an important part of your preparation, where you do not go through all the hassle of or the stress of preparation. And of course, along with that, we take care of your preparation completely, and we give out test series, national level test series set by the best educators across the nation. And in these test series, you'll be also getting analysis. So these are going to be good quality papers set by very good educators, and along with that, when you're getting analysis, you can understand your position. You'll come to know where you need to improve upon, and of course, you'll also get your mistakes, and you need to definitely improve upon your mistakes. And that being said, students, you will also get access to a lot of doubt clearing sessions conducted by these best educators. Every Unacademy subscription program is going to have lots of live doubt clearing session. And this is a structured way that we are taking you throughout your preparation. Not only that, you will also get access to quizzes and mega quizzes, and more importantly, we do not have any batch restrictions. You can attend as many courses as you want, as many batches as you want. You can enroll to as many programs as you want. We do not restrict you in any way, and you get unlimited access throughout the period. And we do have programs for both JEE Mains and JEE Advanced. So you should be careful about how you are approaching it, especially if you are a 2021 or 2022 aspirant. And of course, like students in 10th class, 11th class have a very, just getting into 10th class have a very good kind of leverage, because you're starting early. You can just join 1 or 2 batches and get started, like with comfort and ease. And that being said, students, how do you avail Unacademy subscription? So first of all, you need to download Unacademy learning app, or you can do it from the web-based version. Do log in, click on the left hand top corner extension bar, select plus, select IIT JEE as your goal, and hit on this get subscription button. And the amazing thing about Unacademy subscription is the pricing is also quite reasonable. You don't have to worry about how expensive it is going to be. It is pretty reasonable. It's going to be one of the most economical things that you're going to have for your preparation. And coming to like who should be going forward, right? So this is the common thing that lingers in anyone's mind, which subscription I should be going for and why I should be going for one such one. So let's say you are a 21 aspirant who do not have any plan for drop, right? And then this might not be the ideal one for you. But if you have plan, okay, you do not have plan for drop, that means this is the ideal one for you. Or let's say you're already a dropper, so of course a 6-month program is for you, students. Thank you so much, Imran. Thank you so much. And of course, the pricing is also quite reasonable. All it is going to cost you is near about 25,000. That's all you have to pay, 25,250 for a 6-month subscription. And of course, students who have planned for drop, you may want to go for a 12-month program. So a 12-month program is for students who have planned for drop and they are 2021 aspirants. Or students who are in 11th class and you think you can complete it in 1 year, this is for you. And let's say you are in 11th class, if your preparation is incomplete, you may want to go for definitely a 2-year subscription, right? And coming to the pricing part, it's again reasonable. All it is going to cost you is near about 35,000, less than 35,000. That is going to be like less than 2,900 per month. And students who are right now getting into 11th class or like 10th class, this is an ideal program for you. And why? Because it's a 2-year long journey. You're getting started, and of course, students, don't worry. If it's a 2-year long journey, it can be done in 1 year and 6 months given your preparation. But students, it's typically a 2-year long journey. So if you're in 10th class or 11th class, you definitely have one of the advantages of getting started earlier, and you definitely have the advantage of getting started earlier. And the pricing is also going to be like comparatively more economical once you go for a total 2-year package. All it is going to cost you is near about 25,000. That is going to be 50,400, less than 70 rupees a day. So this is about Plus subscription. We have discussed the features of Plus subscription. We also have something beyond Plus subscription known as Iconic subscription. On Iconic subscription, you not only get access to all the features of Plus, just like what we have just discussed, the best educators across the nation on the best in class platform in the form of best in class programs, but along with that, you also get access to mentoring sessions from IITians, NITians, and some of the best educators across the nation. So think about it, you're going to get personal mentoring session, one-on-one mentoring session, expert guidelines, strategy sessions from IITians and NITians who have previously gone through this journey. So they know the do's and don'ts. They will be exactly guiding you throughout this journey and during your preparation as well as during your exams. And that can be based on your preparedness and etc. You can get personal advice from them on Iconic subscription. And guys, even the pricing is again going to be very reasonable. Like you are going to get, if you can afford it, definitely it's going to be one of the best things at the moment. Hi Devara Varun, hi Imran, hi Devara Varun, hello everyone, good evening students and a very warm welcome. Stay tuned, today is going to be the most important, I wouldn't say the most important, yesterday's lecture is also very important, yesterday and day before yesterday. And today's, every lecture on gravitation is very important, so very simple topic, don't miss it out. If you're a 2022 aspirant, especially if you're a 2021 aspirant, next few lectures as well as past few lectures, like 3-4 lectures were very important. Try to complete them. And also anything like different for different bodies, how would you find out gravitation field and gravitation potential? They are like very few lectures, they're very easy topic, and this is definitely one of the most important topic, this and the escape velocity. And coming to the pricing part, iconic subscription for 6 months is going to cost you less than 35,000. That's going to be 34,200 for 6 months. And for a 1 year subscription, it's going to cost you 58,500 for the whole annum. And students who are going to go for a 2-year subscription, it is going to cost you less than 50,000, 45,000 per year. And of course, make sure if you don't see this pricing and if you're looking for best discount, do apply Murli Live code, right? Make sure you apply Murli Live code so that you are not missing out any discount on your subscription purchases. You can avail maximum discount, and yes, this is going to also help you avail maximum benefits on many of your Unacademy learning app features. You can avail maximum, not only maximum discount, but unlock many features, be it 6 months, 12 months, 24 months plus or iconic subscription. To apply Murli Live code. And guys, we have one more interesting thing, students. One shot series will soon get started, maybe by next month. And Devara, unshot is not definitely the best thing that we can do. We are doing a PYQ series right now, Devara. So the reason is one shot cannot cover your subject in one day. That is the best issue, or be it in 3 hours, 4 hours. But what we can do is we'll do something like one shot or quick revision soon, and we'll pick up very important concepts around your exam. Let me do a small analysis around your paper, and we'll get started, okay? Because I don't think just I give you some concepts that is just going to be just, you know, like filler, that is not going to help you. Should be some concepts that have been frequently asked. That's the reason you're taking a PYQ. It's like a fast-paced revision session that I'm focusing also on your weightage. So if you're understanding weightage and I'm moving in a pattern, electrostatics, we have next thing we have is like, you know, it was like current and electricity. It's still current and electricity. So that way we have revised almost all the concepts, and we have covered anywhere around, to be honest, like 5 questions in your exam. Sometimes it can be also 4 to 6. So that's a lot of your paper. And then if we move on to magnetism and we cover optics or modern physics, there you go, you have 50% of your paper in your like, you know, you can complete it. And if you start even attending gravitation lectures that I'm covering from now onwards, probably you can also expect one question. Soon we'll get started with thermodynamics for 2021 aspirants, 2022 aspirants. That way even 2021 aspirants can get a benefit of this. So I think that way we will be covering the major topic. Was mechanics, I don't think one shot is any more applicable. I will do something around mechanics as well, something like one shot. We'll do some one shot post this like revision lecture series, A to Z series soon. Alright guys, not only that, we have recently come up with an amazing combo subscription for you. What is this combo subscription? A combo subscription is where you can get your JEE coaching and your CBSE board coaching in one place. So let's say you are a class 11 or class 12 student, and if you're looking for your CBSE coaching and IIT JEE coaching in one place, now it can happen at a very economical price on Unacademy subscription platform. And students, not only that, let me tell you another interesting thing about our combo subscription. Even on the Plus platform of our CBSE, you know, like subscription platform, we have some of the best educators, just like what we have in IIT JEE. And it's going to be one of the most economical you know, like overall combined package ever. So you can avail, you know, like a 1 year subscription at less than 120 rupees a day, and your 2 year subscription somewhere less than, you know, 90 rupees a day. And make sure you apply Murli Live code so that you get the maximum benefit out of this entire thing, and you get the best discounts, right? So yes, do apply it, and you can, as I told you, you can also unlock many more features. So yes, so today we are going to get started with one of the most important and interesting topic for your JEE preparation. So just like what you're seeing, let's say this is some planet, you know, let's not for now assume this to be Earth. Let's just take this to be planet. Even in your exam, it's going to be some planet, and let's say it has some mass m, capital M, and it's having a satellite. For now, just the satellite. I can't just, you know, map the satellite, and this satellite is at a distance r away from the center, and let's say it has some mass. and as you know, this mass is going to become irrelevant. But let's say for now this satellite has a mass, okay, some small m. Okay, if your final result anywhere is going to be dependent, except for your total energy case, it's going to be dependent upon just the planet mass, not upon your that mass of the satellite. Now you know this thing, what is happening in any of that case. It's basically, there are two kinds of things that are happening. One is your gravitational pull towards the center, and of course this gravitational pull towards the center is balanced by this centrifugal force, right? There is going to be like a centrifugal force which is going to balance it. So two kinds of things that would be acting on this planet, or it could be a planet as well, not a planet, but something like an actual satellite like moon as well. So there are two kinds of satellites, like it could be an artificial or a natural one. Natural one is like just like your moon, and several planets have several like natural satellites as well, and it could be an artificial satellite that we have launched. So in this case, what are we going to do? We are going to balance as usual. If you remember, we discussed this point. It would orbit you. It's like throwing an object at certain distance with certain speed, and then it would start orbiting. That is what it is going to happen even in this case. So let's say centrifugal force is balanced by, of course, it has to be balanced by your gravitational attractive force. Okay, centrifugal force for this body is going to be how much? It's going to be mv square by r, right? M being that small m, right? And you know the gravitational force is dependent upon mass of that planet and your satellite. Okay, so r in this case is not radius of the planet, it's the radius of the orbiting orbit, or it is the distance from the center of the planet. Okay, basically it's the radius of the orbit, or its distance from the center of the planet. Okay, so let's keep it as RO for now, and this is going to be G M by R O square. It is also going to be RO square. It's at a distance of R from center. So it's a simple thing, that's it. We have this, and from here we'll be getting orbiting velocity. We did this, and also small m would be cancelled out. As you can remember, this thing also does not exist. So let me write down this expression on a fresh page. It's very important, students, it's very important. So what is happening? It's under root, you remember the relation, I guess. If not, let me remind you that thing as well. It's Gm by small ro, where r is the radius of the orbit, or the distance, to be more correct, it's the distance from the center of the planet. Okay, and the satellite here is moving with this speed. It's moving with this speed, orbiting velocity, or this speed, basically it's a speed. Okay, and now the next thing is you need to know one more important relation. Okay, this can be a shortcut many times. Okay, it depends, it totally depends. Okay, well, let me not do that. Okay, so I'll just speak about it, so that I just don't want to write it. You may want to note it down. So let's say this planet is orbiting near the surface of the planet. Okay, near the surface of the planet, almost like your capital R. Okay, then in that case, what is happening? In that case, your escape velocity is root 2 times orbiting velocity at where? At a distance r from the center, means near about the surface of Earth. that exact limiting condition. So students, yes, of course, you need to remember, you need to apply this try and apply this even for RO and see what is the result. But I think that would also come out to be an interesting result. You can work out a new kind of result around it if you're looking for one such thing. So all you need to know is this: you will be only applying this when necessary and when nothing is told, right? When nothing is told, this is something that we know. RO is equal to the radius of the planet. Okay, so in your question, what would happen is they would not be explicitly mentioning it is so two types of thing would be given. It's at an altitude, it's at a height from the surface of Earth. In that case, what you're going to do, you're going to add a planet radius to that of the height and the altitude. And the other case could be where they are not explicitly talking about anything. That means they're not straight in a straightforward manner, or they're not mentioning at how much distance it is orbiting from the surface or from the center of the planet or from a height, etc. like that. So in that case, you have to take this. Okay, basically it's you need to assume that this is what is happening. And in other cases, there would be some height. So there could be another such case. So that's also an interesting part. And in that case, what happens is your RO is equal to R planet. So one thing you know is this RO is distance from center of Earth, and this is going to be altitude. It could be H. It could be H. It could be distance from the surface of planet. So that would be something like this. So this distance could be mentioned. That's all. It's a very interesting topic. That's all. Now let's get into the next important part around this. So now you know the velocity. Okay, it has some VO velocity. Now what about time period? Exactly. So the next immediate thing that should come to your mind is going to be time period, students. Time period, and of course another thing we generally discuss around the satellite motion is your energy as well. There is a very interesting relation about potential, kinetic and total energy. We will come to that part later, but for now let's focus on time period. Okay, so let's say you know this thing, okay, and you need to find out the time period of this rotation. And one more important thing, time period of orbiting. How do you find out this? So what is the circumference of this circle that is being made in the orbit? 2 pi r-o, and it's moving with a speed how much? V-o, isn't it? So it's really that simple. Basically 2 pi r-o divided by V-o is going to be time period. That means at every this let's say after every TO time, it's going to be at this point. Basically this guy, this planet which is rotating, or the satellite which is rotating, is going to come to this place after every TO time. Okay, that's time period. That's it. So yes, you can do one more thing, that is substitute the value of your VO. What is the value of VO? GM planet divided by RO. Okay, you know this thing. That's it. So if you're noticing, there is a very interesting relation between this. Probably this is how much you need to know, but let me come to another kind of relation that will definitely help you. And there were questions asked on this as well. So why not remember this? This is not something that you have to remember. This is something very logical. But if this is logical, the next thing is also going to be super logical. So time period. So time period for this this motion is going to be, if you observed, going to be something like 2 pi r to the power 3 by 2 divided by under root of GM planet. GM planet. Okay. Now the thing you need to know is basically time period is proportional to r to the power 3 by 2. Orbiting radius, this distance from the center of the planet. That's all it is. That's all. Like, you will come across many amazing problems in your exam. Okay, of course this is true, right? So if they are okay, one more thing, this is only applicable when not in very real case. In real case, it's like an elliptical motion. It's mostly elliptical motion, but this is the hypothetical case we are generally dealing with. Okay, so we'll come to that part as well, but this is the part that you need to understand now. That's it. Okay, and now coming to this point, there's nothing to remember, right? It's a very simple thing. This thing is constant. This thing is constant as long as we are talking about two satellites that are revolving around same planet. Okay, that means so let's say you have another satellite, maybe even of different mass. It's not, speed is not influenced by your mass, but just by the distance from the center of the planet and the planet. What is the other thing? The other thing is going to be your planet mass itself. Okay, and draw those little wings like what it is rotating with. Yeah. So now the other thing is, as long as revolution around same planet, or rather should I write it down as MP? That is something that is going to help you remember things better. Okay, this is because it is dependent upon mass. Your time period is dependent upon two things, that is mass. So T1 by T2 is going to be how much? RO1. So let's say this is RO1 and having a time period T1 or R1. Let's keep it as R1 for now. RO1 is going to be a little difficult. The other one is going to be R2 having time period T2. That's it, students. It's really that simple. Really that simple. Okay. 3 by 2. That's all you need to know. And what is the other thing? This time period is dependent upon what are those two things? Okay, we don't have any more space, so let's write it down over here. Time period is dependent upon, not over here, maybe you know this thing, this for same planet, not use you. Time period is dependent upon which are those two things, or depends upon or dependent upon whatever it is, mass of the planet and your radius. So more the mass, it's going to be faster rotation. Okay, so lesser time period. Okay, more the mass of the planet, definitely this can be one of the places from which you can expect the question. That's why I'm specifically talking about this. It's a very interesting topic, right? So think about it. The mass of the planet is more. That means this guy is going to go with a lot of speed compared to a very light planet, right? It requires a lot of speed to balance this like attraction. So orbiting velocity is proportional to, I should rather say, m to the power 1 by 2. So it's going with a lot of speed, and as such, it's your time period is inversely proportional to 1 by velocity or 1 by mass of the planet. That's it. End of the story. This is all you need to know. It's really a very easy, interesting, practical topic, guys. And let's now get into some PYQ. Okay, so satellite is moving with a constant speed v in circular orbit around the Earth. An object of mass m is ejected from the satellite such that it escapes from the gravitational pull of the Earth. Okay, at the time of the ejection, the kinetic energy of the object is going to be how much? A very, very interesting problem. So it already, okay, nothing has been said. If you have noticed, nothing has been said in this question. So it's basically your latest JEE Mains problem, and in this nothing has been said about what? The orbiting radius. That means your orbiting radius is equal to the radius of the planet. Okay. Now, this constant speed, an object with mass m, etc., etc., etc. At this time, what should be the kinetic energy of the object? Okay, let's work it out. Once do check out for other radiuses as well. What is the relation between like escape velocity? So this is one of the common things that is being asked in your exam. So escape velocity and your this thing. Planetary motion. Okay. It's a very simple problem. Let's get into this. Okay, so now let's get into this. This is a plain text. I know it's not going to be that interesting, but it's a JEE Mains problem, so do focus on this. It's a very, very simple problem. So what is happening is you have a satellite. Okay, questions can be little different as well. Okay, we'll take up those kind of questions as well, guys, in the upcoming session. Some of the interesting questions are asked in 2020, like a good kind of questions. Very, very, very challenging questions are asked in 2020, but they are all simple given that we understand this. Okay. Now this is how your satellite is moving, and okay, the satellite, you can take this to be having some mass, mass of satellite ms, but that is not relevant. So now the thing is, they are already moving around this orbit with some velocity v, and what is happening now is Sumit Borkar, hi sir. Sir, is answer mv square. Correct. Amazing. Yes, it's mv square. Yeah. That's it. V square. Yeah, it's mv square. Good. Really good. Okay. So it's basically going to be mv square. That is absolutely correct. At the time of ejection, what should be the kinetic energy of the object? Not the additional kinetic energy that should be supplied. It's basically kinetic energy. So you can also do it using escape velocity thing, but just to give you a good understanding of what is happening in this case. So this is being ejected in some like radial direction or a non-radial direction with some velocity. This is going to be the escape velocity at this moment. Okay, so it's going to have escape velocity times like squared with your multiplied with your mass, and half of it being the kinetic energy. And right now it's rotating. Very good. You could have answered it this right away if you have understood the basic things. But be careful. Once this kind of question has been asked, it's going to be something else now. Really, really. Okay. So now, what is the kinetic energy of this object with mass m? Object with mass m is going to have a kinetic energy equal to that of how much? Like half m small m v orbiting speed, in this case v square, right? And potential energy of gm m planet into that of mass divided by r. Okay, right, that's it. So one more important thing we know is what is the value of VO, right, or V in this case. It's under root. Let me do a thing. Let me take a different color. Okay, let's possibly try to work it out in one page, because it's like a 2 minutes question actually. So even if you do everything, it will not take more than. So that's the kind of questions that you get. So there are many more interesting questions that can be asked around this thing. This is one among those. So definitely worth it, students. So you know this thing, we just discussed this under root GM. Okay, I think this is applicable even for any radius. Okay, I'll come to that point. Let us connect. Let us correct this thing, and I think it is applicable for any radius, students. But that should be just for your kinetic energy, is it? I think we'll be having that solution by the end of this. Okay, it can be any radius, I guess. It can be any radius. For now, let's just keep it to be r. And what is your kinetic energy in this case? Half mv square. You know this thing. We are just going to carry forward this equation, and this is going to give you how much? Like gmm divided by r to the power 1 by 2. Okay, that's it. So this should be we can also write down gmmp to be something like from this equation we can write down gmmp by r to be like mv square, isn't it? Yes. So this would be like half mv square. That's it. Okay. What I'm saying is, you have this expression. You're going to manipulate around this expression. That's it. That's what we are going to do. Just carefully notice this. From this expression, or even from here, whichever is more convenient to you, can we say something like this? I think the space is available. I'll just write it down over here. So can we say something like this, that gmm p into m divided by r is nothing but mv square. That's it. mv square. I think this is more one of the ways is definitely like what Sumit has done. One of the ways is that this is more apt, I guess, rather than going by root 2. But I think root 2 relation is anyway applicable even in this case, because we need not necessarily take this as capital R. We can take this to be RO everywhere, and this would still work. So I think this would work in any case. This kind of a derivation also that we got at the end of the day. So yes. Okay, so on the next page, I'm just going to talk about that mass that has been ejected from the satellite. So that is going to be like how much? Good. So now total energy is okay. What is the concept of escape velocity, student? Take a moment, think about it. This is going to be your potential energy of m plus kinetic energy of m, and that's going to be like minus g mp by m into 1 by r, and this is going to be like half m v square at the moment. So I'm going to do a small thing. I'm going to substitute this value this value that we just wrote. Okay, but there's a negative sign if you noticed it. This is going to be mv square, right? Going to be like these. Okay, that's it. So mv square plus of or minus mv square, it's basically minus mv square plus of half mv square, and of course your total energy is going to be negative for an orbiting object. And there is one more interesting theory. If you know that theory, you could answer this question so quickly. Okay, this is that theory. Let me just introduce you to that theory right away, right here itself. Okay, so focus on what I'm speaking. Just give it a couple of minutes. No, this is what? This is potential energy. Okay, ultimately we need to add this. It's going to be minus half mv square. Let's take potential energy to be some x. Okay, or let's take this to be like minus x, because we know this is a negative quantity. Let's say that x is a positive quantity. Let's take potential energy to be some x. Sorry, minus x. Let me correct myself. Then in this case, if you have noticed, I think every theory is completed now around your satellite motion, but definitely work around different kind of problems. We'll be doing more problems, don't worry, in this session and the next session as well around your satellite. Very important topic. Your kinetic energy is going to be how much? X by 2. And let me first simplify this. This is going to be always true. Your total energy is going to be how much? Basically minus half mv square in this case. This is going to be a universal thing if you notice it. You can work out for any given satellite motion system, you can find out this thing. Okay, so for two system we need to look into what about the rest of the system. Total energy is going to be minus that of kinetic energy, minus x by 2. This is universally going to be always true. To remember this, I have a model question for you around this using different kind of scenarios. We'll get into that, but this is something that you need to definitely understand and possibly even remember. Okay, if you have noticed it, always potential energy is going to be negative. It's an attractive force. Kinetic energy cannot be negative. It's going to be positive. What about your total energy? It's negative. What is the reason behind this? Because it's an attractive force and it's a bound system. The system is still under the influence of gravitational force. So bound system, gravitational system, it's going to have total energy to be minus x by 2. Okay, minus x by 2. That's it. Okay. So that is it. Now rest is cakewalk. You need to basically ensure that you give this total energy, so that now what I'm going to say is it's a very simple concept. So this is having some total energy. Now what needs to be done is this total energy is going to be ultimately be equal to added with some kinetic energy is going to be ultimately be equal to at the limiting condition. So it's not going to just escape like this. Let me get to a new page. Okay, we'll understand this point. So forget that forget that satellite. Now it's a bound system. It's moving like this. So some small mass m, forget the satellite, possibly we'll draw just the frame. Okay, now this is also a bound system. Which one is also a bound system? The small mass m is also a bound system. Now the thing is, if this mass has to get out of this place, some kinetic energy has to be given, some escape velocity has to be given at this point. Escape velocity from this position is going to be different. They are not talking about escape velocity from this position. But if you have understood what I am saying, escape velocity from this position is going to be an orbiting velocity. You can work it out, just check it out later on. Just add it, you'll get it while we are working on this calculation. Okay, so what I am saying is some velocity has to be given. Basically, some kinetic energy has to be additionally given. Some delta Ke, let's keep it as delta K, some additional kinetic energy has to be given. Okay, this mass, this small mass m already has some total energy, kinetic energy, everything, let me use a different color associated with it, which is different from the delta Ke. We are actually talking about the, it has some total energy, some potential energy, kinetic energy, etc. associated with it. Okay, now let me ask you this question. Okay, when would it escape? It would escape when this additional energy is equal to that of, it would only escape if you are able to overcome the bound energy. It will only be able to escape when you say that delta Ke, so we are just concerned about total energy, so we can say something like this. For some of the students, this could have been, like you're thinking, why are we doing so much? We are understanding a lot of theories as well in this, and you need to absolutely understand what is escape velocity. Escape velocity is not typically what it has been projected from the surface of Earth, but it can be also in an orbiting situation. So everywhere it changes. So understand this problem carefully. This is going to help you a lot. So what I'm saying is, if I add some kinetic energy, additional kinetic energy, there is a delta. Okay, there is already a kinetic energy in this total energy component. Additional kinetic energy, this thing should become 0. This thing should become 0. That is it. Okay, so that means your new added kinetic energy is how much? This is an additional kinetic energy, students. This already has some kinetic energy associated with it. This is going to be how much? Minus that of total energy because of the sign thing. Okay, you're getting this because of the sign thing. And if you remember, how much is total energy? Minus of your original kinetic energy. So this should also be like something like minus of minus m half mv square. So this negative 2 times you're getting negative sign. Don't think about it too much. All you need to know is orbiting planets do have like total kinetic energy to be negative, potential energy is going to be negative since it's an attractive force, and you know that kinetic energy is always going to be positive. That's it. Basically, you'll get this, right? This expression. I'm writing down that expression. That's it. There you go. This is the additional kinetic energy. Now, what is the total kinetic energy? Let me give this. Let me change this quickly to initial kinetic energy for the moment. Total kinetic energy is initial kinetic energy plus that of change in kinetic energy. Okay, total kinetic energy is equal to, that's it. That's all you need to know. Total kinetic energy is equal to initial kinetic energy plus that of change in kinetic energy. And both are equal, of course. So half mv square, and again this is like we have this expression and we just calculated this expression. This is this expression calculated. Okay, we haven't yet put it in any kind of box, but I'm directly writing it down because you know it's half mv square. Basically negative of that thing to escape. Okay, what is this condition? This condition is escape condition, guys. Escape condition, additional kinetic energy is being asked to you. Some additional what should be that escape velocity is being asked to you, you would have to calculate. Just having a look at your question. Chandra sir, is this course launched in Main plus in English of Unacademy JEE term batches and year? Launched in English. So I've done optics, like reflection, refraction part. You can check them out, Chandra on plus, and I think Rohit sir has completed electromagnetism on I think Unacademy plus in English, and not only that. I think yes, and I think Abhinav sir has conducted a lot of classes on plus. You can check them out as well. So as far as I remember, this is what we have been currently doing on plus, and yeah, I think I've completed a few things on your optics. It's like basics to advanced, very basic things. Even if you don't know anything, we can get started on your plus with optics, and we have discussed things that is of very good level. Very good level means very good level, and they were like super interesting if you started doing them. Okay, so there you go. And students, what is the total kinetic energy? Total kinetic energy is going to be mv. I hope you got answer to your question, Chandra. But if you're right now already on plus, and if you don't come across any English based thing, so try attending it in Hindi. Something anyway, you're already on plus. So move strategically depending upon if you're a 2021 aspirant or a 2022 aspirant. You need to make the decision and you need to move very strategically in your preparation. That is one of the most important things, Chandra. That is the key part. Even be it that's what I told you, right? Even I think I told you this thing. 2021 or 2022 aspirant, both of you have to move strategically. Even 1 year is not so much, according to you know. Maybe you have the exam next year in the month of Jan. You don't know. So make sure you are moving strategically. 1 year is good enough. 1 year is amazing amount of time. Even 4 months is good enough, given that you have some initial preparation. And move strategically. Just try if possible, try to join some batch. Okay. If not, there are individual courses. You can start attending individual courses and move very strategic. Okay. So that is it, students. That is it. This is all it is going to be. It's a very simple problem, and this is how you work around it given any problem. Okay. Or you can go by escape velocity root 2 times. I don't think so. One other way of thinking about this problem is, so it's near the surface of the earth, right? This could have been the simplest way. I just wanted to introduce you to a few theories. That's why I took you through that way. So let's say you are an exam. So what should be the kinetic energy of that object? So there's an object that is already, rotating. Okay. This object has mass m. And I think, Chandra, there are classes conducted by, DC Pandey sir as well on Academy Plus, and DC Gupta sir as well. You can complete those classes. I think DC Gupta sir was conducting classes on some current and electricity, etc. Current and electricity is all available on your Unacademy learning app, special classes, which was conducted by me. And units, dimensions, and measurements is also available. And electrostatics is available on JEE English, of course. And optics, I'll do a thing. Next thing we'll do is we'll get started with optics that way. Have issues in language. They are like good courses. What else is left? What else we have? And these courses are now, and we have done projectile motion, some kinematics, all of these things. It's all available in detail on JEE English, an Academy learning app, so you can still complete them for free of cost as well. But yes, on your plus you will have test series, etc. I don't think test series it's all going to be in English, so you don't have to worry about it. You can complete them. So guys, students, there is another way of approaching this problem. Okay, and of course don't miss out any doubt clearing sessions. Also, one of the most important things, one of the most important components is going to be doubt clearing session on your Unacademy subscription, and availability of so many courses created by so many different educators. So choose the best one. Don't fall into paralysis analysis, or don't analyze too much, overanalyze things that will spoil your time. So the thing is really simple, students. At the moment it's going to escape, it should be having some half m like like this. So we can think about it in a very different manner. I don't know why do we have two arrows over here. I think I started with some point and I eventually forgot the point. Okay. So this object has to escape this orbit. This object initially has a kinetic energy of mv square. You know the orbiting velocity equation. We can make use of that. Okay, so this says this should be, so I think we just understood this part as well, divided by rho, and escape velocity should be something that can be ensuring that your total potential energy is being balanced out. Okay, so that escape velocity is also always going to be 2g m by rho, not something very important, students. I don't think this has been discussed previously, or even in many of your books, theory, etc. So grasp this right away. It can be a shortcut in your exam. You don't even know that. So just quickly try and grasp this concept. What I am saying is escape velocity is also always going to be this. Think about it, imagine it. Okay, one small way of understanding this is, I'll come to this question, the shortcut for this question. So one small way of understanding this is, during the moment your object should be exiting this orbit. Okay, this is the orbit, right? This is the orbit. Okay, this orbit, when it should exit this orbit, what should be happening? Your total energy should become zero. Limiting condition, final condition. Anything greater than zero, it still is going to go out of that system. It's going to have that more than escape velocity, but this escape velocity is generally a limiting condition that we are talking about. So what is the other component that exists? Potential energy. So we generally say this in escape velocity case, right? But potential energy plus your kinetic energy, escape should be equal to 0. ESC. Okay, all right, that's it. So if you solve this thing as well, how much is your potential energy? Minus G M P M O by rho. So your kinetic energy is going to be how much in this case? Kinetic energy, escape velocity, kinetic energy should be equal to this. Okay, so you can apply all the equations and you will get the same thing. So I don't think there is going to be any change. So I can say this is going to be half mv escape whole square. So the same thing. Okay, so this is always applicable. Just reminding you, if 2021 aspirants are watching, very important. Even 2020 aspirants try and understand this point right away. 0 is something that everyone understands, I guess. So it's not at all a problem. Alright, from these two, can we say something like this? This and this. Can we say escape velocity should be under root 2 times any day, any orbit, under root times of under root 2 VO. That means escape velocity square is going to be like 2 VO square. Okay. So kinetic energy is going to be how much during your escape? It's going to be like half mv escape whole square. That's going to give you, once you substitute this value, what it is going to be? mv square, of course. Okay, that's it. You know this thing. So yes, that also works. Okay, just add to verify this, and I think that's it. Okay, you should be sure about what you are doing in your exam, because papers can be very interesting company. So this is one of the ways of doing about it. You can just guess the answer within, or you can solve the question within like a few seconds. A very beautiful question. Okay, so additional kinetic energy, you know what it should be. This should be like the total kinetic energy at the moment. So the kinetic energy of the object is how much at the time of ejection. That's it. All right. All right. So let's get into this problem. What is the minimum energy required to launch a satellite of mass m from the surface of Earth? I think this is an advanced question. Let me tell you guys. Wait. Students, I'm going to solve this question here itself. We'll take a detailed solution in the upcoming class. We are running out of time. Hi, short sky, hi. So see, this is not at all a big deal. This is like a very easy question. Okay, what is the minimum energy required to launch a satellite of mass m from the surface of a planet of mass m? Okay, let's solve this question. It's not going to take more than 5 minutes. Okay, it's a JEE advanced question, students. So that's the beauty of this chapter. Okay, we have pretty much covered every theory around your orbit motion and your escape velocity. What we have to do is few more questions around your orbit, like satellite motion and Kepler law. I guess that's it. That's end of your gravitation. I don't think anything more is left, but that way, let me tell you, this is also a simple 2 minutes question. We are going to solve this in 2 minutes. What is the minimum energy required to launch a satellite of mass small m from the surface of the planet capital M? Okay, the radius r in a circular orbit at an altitude 2r. Altitude 2r is being said, means from the center it's 2r plus that of r. Okay, a very important thing that you need to know. I've told you this in the beginning. I've said this in the beginning. So if altitude is given to you, altitude is 2r. There is an additional r from here, right? So what is the distance from the center? Yeah, we discussed this even during some other problem, I guess. Okay, so you can think about this as height. We write it down neatly. Here, this is h, and this is going to be r plus h. Don't miss out this point. If you understood this point, it's a cakewalk question. Okay, that would be only half a minute if you understood this point. Let's call this to be some set. Okay, so you are going to launch the planet, sorry, again I'm saying planet, but the satellite from here. Okay. Right, the satellite is going to be here. That's it. Now, okay. Does the mass of the satellite matter? No. And what is the potential energy at this point? It's the simplest potential energy ever it can be. Potential energy initial is something like minus g m divided by like capital R. Okay, and at this point, what is the potential energy? Final potential energy? It's like something like minus g m by 3r. You have both these points, and one more thing that we need to know, don't forget that thing. Definitely very important. Okay. What is the kinetic energy going to be at this point? Kinetic energy final is going to be half of that of minus of half of that of potential energy. So this is going to be how much? Minus GMM by 6R. Minus of minus. Okay, it's going to be plus. My mistake, minus of minus. That's it, students. Let me again write it down neatly. Why this looks so, it looks little. So this is going to be how much? Now you know what to do, don't you? Yes, of course. Half of potential energy. How did we get this? Because this is half of potential energy. Minus negative. Okay, potential energy is going to be negative. So this is going to be how much? Minus half of your potential energy. You know these few things, what you need to do? Kinetic energy final plus potential energy final is equal to potential energy initial plus that of your launch velocity square into mass of the planet divided by half. Basically kinetic. Okay, too much. So what are we going to do? Some kinetic energy would be given initially, right? So we haven't said anything about the kinetic energy, or some energy needs to be given. You are understanding this point. Let's well, it's not going to be like a straight line motion. I don't know if it's going to be straight. I don't think it's going to. But anyway, so let's say it's going to be like some kinetic energy initial or some energy that was given. So we can say kinetic energy initial plus potential energy initial is equal to kinetic energy final plus of in fact, I think if you move by total energy concept, it's even easier. Okay, so if I'm going to add up this both, it's going to be how much? From those two terms, you know, it should be minus of GMM by 6, right? And what is the initial potential energy? It's basically minus GMM by R. And then what should have been that additional energy that you are giving delta E? Delta E is nothing but this kinetic. So I'm calling this to be delta E. Basically delta E from these both things, you know, it's really very simple. There is no rocket science in this particular question. Minus or plus, right? Plus pi by 6 GMM by R. That's it. Easy as that, students. Easy, really easy. So if you understood the concept really well, this question and previous question, we have completed pretty much everything. And this will definitely, if you have attended last session and this session, you'll definitely come to know that it's a pretty easy, amazing, awesome chapter, and these two topics are very important, and we have many more questions in the upcoming session. But anyway, we have another session right now at 7:30, so let's wrap up this session. But before that, let me tell you, we have many more interesting questions, and there are also some PYQs as well in the upcoming session, so don't miss them out. We will get started with those. And students, yes, this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. we'll be having our electrostatics PYQ session 1. Don't miss it out. It's going to be free of cost, and we'll not only be discussing concepts but also your theory techniques, theory based or concept based techniques as well in this on this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and even on Monday we'll be having a continuation session, but on your Unacademy learning app. Both the sessions are going to be on your Unacademy learning app. It's a special class. Okay, don't miss it out. It's going to be little lengthy, but it's going to be super interesting. Not only that, students, we have already completed units, dimensions and measurements, a very important topic for both 2021 and 2022 aspirants. Why you should attend this, you know this. I told you several times, a very easy topic during your preparation and during your exam, and because you can expect that easy questions from here, and it's going to be less time consuming. All you need to attend is this 4+1. Your preparation is complete. So make sure you complete it. And yes, students, really amazing topic for your preparation. You can make use of dimensional consistency to solve a lot of problems in your you can check it out on your PYQs as well. You can solve a lot of problems. And students, yes, if you're not yet on our Telegram channel, do get onto our Telegram channel. First of all, you need to download Telegram app from your Google Play Store and App Store. And the first thing that you want to do is maybe click onto this link once you're downloading it new, because you'll be getting onto an amazing Telegram channel where you would be getting live before time updates on all the sessions conducted by our JEE English team, be it on your Unacademy learning app or your JEE English channel as well. And students, that being said, we have an amazing app for you. Type in Unacademy on your Google Play Store and App Store. The first search result is going to be an Unacademy learning app. Install this because I keep conducting A to Z sessions on your Unacademy learning app. You can all attend them from anywhere. Not only that, we have lots of free of cost quizzes. So you can also attend those quizzes. Unacademy Combat, many more examinations are coming up. You can attend them all for free of cost. Do follow me on Unacademy learning app to get live updates. And if you follow an educator, you'll get live updates. That's the reason you might want to have an app. And students, that being said, the most competitive gamified IIT JEE battle ever is going to happen again on 17th of January. So don't miss it out. Enroll today with Murli live code. Okay, and it's going to be an amazing learning experience. You are going to have a national level competition, and you are not only going to just attend those, but also you can be rewarded with Amazon vouchers, Apple iPad, MacBook Pro, and many more things. And students, if you are looking for a complete package for your JEE Mains and JEE Advanced preparation, it's going to be any day Unacademy subscription, because we have the best educators across the nation, and you can attend daily live interactive classes with the best educators on a very interactive platform with polls and leaderboards. And you also get access to test series set by the best educators, and you will get an analysis based on which you can improvise your overall performance. And not only that, you will also get access to lots of live doubt clearing sessions. It's an amazing thing. And also every program is structured program. In fact, every fourth session is going to be live doubt clearing session. You'll be getting quizzes and mega quizzes with each program. So definitely one of the most amazing things could be an Unacademy subscription, and we have authors like DC Pandey, DC Gupta sir on an Unacademy subscription platform. And students, how do you avail an Unacademy subscription? You can do it from app or web-based version. Log in, click on the left-hand top corner extension bar, click on the plus, click on IIT JEE, and hit on this get subscription button. And post that, you will understand that it's not one subscription that you have paid for. You're paid for unlimited access throughout the period. You can access as many programs as you want. And coming to who should be going for what, this is for droppers. So droppers or students who have no plan for drop. So it's like 12th class students who have no plan for drop may want to go for 6-month subscription, which is going to cost you near about 25,000. And students who are already in 12th class but have plans for drop, you may want to go for a 12-month subscription, which is going to cost you near about 35,000, less than 35,000. So 2,888 per month. So, and students who are going to get into 11th class may want to go for a 24-month subscription, which is going to cost you like near about 25,000 a year. That's like 25,200 a year, 50,400 for 2 years. And make sure you are choosing the subscription that you want. What do I mean? We have something beyond plus as well. Plus is what we have discussed. So Iconic could be one of the best things if you can afford it, because you can get personal mentoring sessions from IITians and NIITians who have previously gone through this journey and who have successfully cracked the exams. So you can get strategy sessions, expert guidelines from IITians and NIITians. And the pricing is also going to be very reasonable. All it is going to cost you is less than 35,000 for 6 months, 58,500 for 1 year, 90,000 for 2 years. So that is like 45,000 a year. Okay, so definitely a very good program. And make sure you apply Murli live code if you're going for an Unacademy subscription, 6 months, 12 months, 24 months plus, or Iconic subscription, because you can get the maximum discount on your subscription purchases. Students, that being said, we have recently introduced a combo subscription where you can prepare for your boards and CBSE from one place, and we have different combinations of them. You can go for an Iconic of IIT JEE subscription and CBSE plus subscription only at a price of 4687 per month, and you can go for Iconic full Iconic subscription, and that is going to be costing you like just 5,500 per month. And students, make sure you apply Murli live code so that you can see the best discount. And if you don't see the discount, you do apply Muralidharan code, be it on combo subscription or you're going for plus or iconic subscription. And we also have plus, which is going to be the most economical one, which is going to start at only 30-37 per month. You can also go for plus and iconic, which is going to cost you 3900. Hi Kavya, hi. And students, you can also split your payments into multiple parts using our pay in parts option. We also have access to no cost EMI, where both of these options will take away the hassle of going through all the burden of paying the fee at once. So these are two amazing payment options for you. You can also go for a credit card, debit card, UPI. We have all net banking kind of features on this. Sir, can you do physics NCERT line by line decode series? I'm not getting what you're asking. Can you come to the PYQ session, Kavya? We will discuss over there. Actually, we have another class in 15 minutes and I'm running out of time. So that's the reason that I'm, rushing. So please do come to the PYQ session at 7:30 and that maybe I will be able to tell you what you're asking. So, and we also have something known as an iconic subscription in English. If you want, you can take your JEE preparation to the next level with amazing educators on our JEE English team. We have a team of IITians and NITians and head of coaching institutes, and you will get all the features of iconic. And upcoming batches in January, we have some these are some upcoming batches like Super JEE batch 2.0 and Striker batch 2.0, which is all going to start on 9th of January. And we are going to have advanced micro batch JEE Mains and Advanced 2023, which is going to start on 13th Jan by vibrant educators. Okay, upcoming batches in January is going to be Aram, and it's going to start on 7th of January, and Legend on 12th of January. And these are some of the test series coming up. I'll discuss them in the upcoming session. But combat, race is going to happen again on 10th Jan, and the last mile is going to happen on 9th of Jan. There is going to be an aim that is going to happen every Saturday, and we'll be having unique DPPs every Monday to Thursday. So don't miss them out, and also launch some of the best batches for your JEE preparation on Unacademy subscription, Manzil and Rank Booster batch for 2022 and 2021 aspirants by some of our best educators. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Do like and share this video. Do share it definitely, so that students in need will get access to this amazing high quality content with lots of things that we are discussing. The full length lecture. So do share it and click on that subscribe button and bell notification to get timely updates. And students, yes, share it, keep smiling, acquire knowledge, work smart as well as to achieve your success. So your success will come from not just working hard but also from working smart. So take a very strategical route. See you today at 7:30. Okay, Kavya, yes, definitely I'll see you at 7:30. So 7:30 at PYQ session. Okay, today is going to be again on current and electricity. Different concepts we have in this session. PYQ session, current and electricity. I'll come to that point, what you need to focus on in the beginning of the session, but a very interesting session where we don't just discuss concepts but also techniques. See you in the next class. Take care, stay safe. Bye bye, students.